Sarin nerve gas. The Soviets love it. It's colorless, odorless, but it sure as hell ain't painless. They probably took out this whole town using a bottle half the size of my... Now, the Soviets have a convoy carrying enough sarin to gas all of Europe. I want you to find that convoy, blow the hell out of it. I want you to find their underground production facilities, blow the hell out of it. Think you can remember that? Oh, and evacuate any civvies who get in the way. Remember, we're the good guys. Oh, by the way, I'm General Carville. Welcome to Greece.
Reinforcements have arrived. Reinforcements
Yes, sir.
have arrived.
Waiting orders. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
New construction
Yes, sir.
options.
On my way.
Building.
For king and country.
Construction
On my
complete.
way. For king and country.
New construction
Waiting
options.
at once.
Building.
Affirmative. Awaiting order. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative.
Our base is under
Affirmative.
attack. Cannot deploy here.
Reporting at once. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Awaiting order. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Reinforcements have
Affirmative.
arrived.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. New construction options. Building.
Yes, sir. Indeed. Yes, sir. For king and country.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Commander,
lost.
on my way.
Unit
Commander,
lost.
on my way.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit
Reporting.
lost.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Affirmative. Reporting.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Insufficient
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Commander, king and
Reporting.
country.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
Construction
Yes, sir.
complete. New construction options. Building. Building. On hold.
Commander,
Cancel.
for king and
Building.
country.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. Building.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Commander.
Insufficient funds.
Indeed.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Construction
Affirmative.
complete.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Affirmative.
Our base is under attack.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Vehicle report. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
On hold. Cancel. Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Construction
Affirmative.
complete.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Ready and waiting.
Lost.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Building. New
Yes,
construction
sir.
options.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Vehicle report acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building. Silos needed. On hold. Cancel. Building.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Building.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Vehicle.
Building.
Acknowledged. Awaiting order. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Construction complete. Repairing. Unit ready.
Vehicle
Building.
reporting.
Unit
Yes,
repaired.
sir. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
repaired.
Affirmative.
Repairing.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit repaired.
Reporting.
Unit ready.
Reporting. Vehicle
sir.
reporting.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Yes, sir.
repaired.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir.
Yellow power.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Construction
Acknowledged.
complete.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Awaiting orders.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Building.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building. Unit ready.
Awaiting orders.
Building.
Waiting orders. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Insufficient.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Vehicle. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative.
Repairing.
Acknowledged.
Construction
Acknowledged.
complete. Insufficient
Yes, sir.
funds.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Repairing.
Acknowledged. Waiting
Unit
orders.
ready. Building.
Yes, sir.
Unit repaired.
Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
New construction
Yes, sir.
options.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Vehicle affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost. Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
On hold. Cancel. Building.
Vehicle report
Unit
acknowledged.
lost. Unit ready. Repairing.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit repaired.
Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Affirmative.
Unit repaired.
Acknowledged.
Repairing. Unit
Affirmative.
repaired. Repairing.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit repaired. Repairing.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting. 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 Affirmative.
Building. Repairing. Unit ready. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit repaired. Repairing.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Vehicle
ready.
report, sir.
Building. Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Unit repaired.
Affirmative.
Repairing.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building. Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building. Insufficient
Affirmative.
funds.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Building. Unit lost. Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Reporting.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Ready and waiting.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Acknowledged.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds.
Ready and waiting. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Reporting.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Awaiting order. Affirmative. Reporting. Vehicle report. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Awaiting
Unit
order. Acknowledged.
ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. King
Unit
code
ready.
reporting.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Insufficient
Yes, sir.
funds.
Indeed.
Unit
sir.
ready.
Vehicle
Building.
reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Mission accomplished.